my name is Rachel and I'm here today to talk about the books I want to read in the month of February. At the top of my TBR and the thing that I 100% want to read in the month of February is Save the Cat Writes a Novel. This is by Jessie, Brody, but it is based on the Blake Snyder Save the Cat, which is a very famous craft book about writing screenplays. And Jessica Brody recently brought this out, which is basically the Save the Cat approach to writing books. So this basically covers story structure and concentrates on movies and books and how to keep your story riveting and keep it working. So it works a lot on story beats, which are the kind of big events that are going on through your book. One of the reasons that I really want to read this in the month of February is that I am reading my first draft of my book. It's the first time I've ever read it through, and I am trying to look at what I need to revise. And one of the big things that's standing out to me is that there's some plot inconsistencies and the kind of tension of like having that flow of moving up and down through a story. That's kind of what I need to work on. Once I finish doing my first read through, I'm hoping to pick this book up, learn a little bit more about beats and story structure and all that sort of stuff, and then go into revising it and see how I get on with that. So this is definitely top of my list, so I want to read in February. Next, I'm hoping to pick up Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. This will be my first Kazuo Ishiguro that I've read. The reason that I want to pick this up is that the first draft that I was just talking about is a dystopian, but I haven't actually read a lot of dystopian books. And so that's something that I've been mentioning wanting to read for quite a while, but haven't made a lot of progress with. So I'm putting a dystopian book on my TBR this month to help me to get that goal going. I don't actually know what happens in this book. I never watched the film. I don't actually know why it's even a dystopian. I just know it comes up as one. So I'm very excited for this because I don't know anything about it. On the back it says Kathy, Ruth and Tommy grew up together at Hailsham, a seemingly idyllic school deep in the English countryside with a dreadful secret at its heart. Now 31, Kathy attempts to come to terms with her childhood at Hailsham and with the fate that has always awaited her and her closest friends in the wider world. Again, don't give much away. It does say it was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize though. That's pretty impressive. I just really want to pick this one up. I'm guessing most people watching this probably do know what it's about because even if you haven't read the book, you've probably seen the film. But I don't, so I'm excited. I will also be going on holiday in the month of February. I'm going to Davos with the family and I won't really be working. Last time we went, they asked me to babysit like 2 times the whole time that we were there. So I'm not expecting to be working that much. I'm planning to get a lot of writing work done and a lot of reading done. That's my goal. So I've picked up a few books that are either shorter or like easy reads because that's the kind of reads I enjoy when I'm on holiday because I can just like fire through them. So the first one I picked is Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. This is similar to What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, I think, where the two authors take a person each and then do their chapters. I think that's how this is set up as well. This basically follows 2 teenagers that are both called Will Grayson who run into each other, and there is some part of this story that is LGBT because this always gets mentioned as an LGBT book, but I'm not quite sure what it is about it that is LGBT. But there we go. I will say I have tried reading this before. I got about 20 pages in and then I put it down. That doesn't necessarily mean something's a bad book with me. I did the same with They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, and then I picked that up recently and read it in a day, cried a lot and gave it 4 stars. So me not continuing to read it doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to enjoy it in the future. So I am very excited for this book, and I have now read books by John Green and David Levithan because I read a David Levithan in December, which was my first one, so I feel a bit better going into this book and having a bit of a familiarity with both of these authors. So there's that one. Then we have The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton that I've wanted to read for quite a while. My dad always raves on about this book and I saw it recently on Murphy Napier's channel. She said it was one of the best books of 2018 and it really made me want to pick it up, and it's one of the ones that I've got here in Switzerland, so no excuse not to. This is only like 130 pages too, so it'll be quite a quick read, and this is often cited as like the first YA, which is quite a big claim, so it'll be interesting to read it and see what I think about it. So I think this is a book with kind of a gang culture in it. It talks about the socks and the greasers on the back, and I think maybe it's that they're kind of in a war, but I don't really know. It basically just says there's a night that things go too far. I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I want to read it. Next we have How to Build a Girl by Caitlyn Moran, another one I've wanted to read for a while. I've not read anything by Caitlyn Moran, and I read a lot of feminism books, so I find that surprising. So this is about a girl called Joanna, and she basically decides to reinvent herself, and it's about how that goes. The thing that intrigues me with this is that it's set in the 90s, and on the back it's talking about Top of the Pops and Thatcher and things like that. So I think it'll be quite interesting in terms of being very situated in a certain point of history, which I think will be really cool to read from. I don't really know why, but I just do. And I was born in the 90s, so I feel like that's a good period of time for me to read books from and kind of learn more about, because I may have been born in the 90s, but I was born in like 94, so I was like a baby who wasn't aware of anything for most of the 90s. So yeah, it'd be cool to read that one. And then the last two books are just books that I will read anytime this month, but I just fancy picking them up. I haven't got an assigned time when I want to, so we'll see if I get to them. The first one is Human X by Kang. I've read The Vegetarian and The White Book by Kang and enjoyed both of them very much. And this is my last Kang that I have to read, and yeah, I just think it'd be really cool to get to it this month. This follows a boy who's searching for, I think, his friend that died. He's looking for his body after an uprising, and it also says a consciousness searches for its abandoned body, so I'm guessing that might be the spirit of the friend who's looking for his corpse as well. But unsure. I'm very excited for this. I'm feeling Kang's like weird writing at the moment, which is good, because I feel like Kang is definitely someone you have to be in the mood to read, because she has a very weird writing style, but if you can get into it, it's a great one. And all of her books are translated by Deborah. Yep, this one is too. All of the books are translated by Deborah Smith. And the final book on this list is The Miniaturist by Jessie, Burton. I've been meaning to read this for so long and just haven't picked it up. And I feel like February might be the month, because I've been doing a lot of research on Amsterdam recently, just like for writing stuff. And yeah, I'm feeling like I want to read a book about Amsterdam. And this is, I think, set in Amsterdam or set in Holland. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited. This is about a woman, I think she has a miniature dollhouse, and then she's like trying to collect things for her miniature dollhouse. That's pretty much all I know about this story. I'm excited for it. We'll see how it goes. So these are all the books that I am hoping to pick up in the month of February. This might seem like a lot, but like I said, this one isn't reading for fun. This is like reading for writing, so that doesn't really count on this list. And I am also going on holiday, so I will probably read a bit more. I also might read books that aren't on this list, because I haven't even included audiobooks, and I always listen to audiobooks. So yeah, that's just like a tentative, ow, I'm not holding these well. This is a tentative TBR for February. Thank you very much for watching. If you've read any of these books, please comment down below what you think I should get to first, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!